Michael Venom Page, Jared Cannonier. So this is another fun. I would love to see their ages. I think they're both on their, back end of their careers. I'm pretty sure they are. Michael Venom Page is, you wouldn't think it. Watch him fight, you would think that he's young, the way he moves. So we need to take that into consideration. Usually people start to fall off. He doesn't look like he's fell off at all. At all. I think he's like 38 or something like that. Jared Cannonier, I know he's older as well, but he's more of a powerful, stand in front, find a good position, still good, and then, let his hands go, get you in positions, still fight smart, but not as much movement. Is he going to find Michael Venom Page? It's going to be tricky. Michael Venom Page, favourite, $1.57 here on Sportsbet. Jared Cannonier, $2.35. Not a crazy favourite, but still a favourite. Early pick. It's not going to just be early pick. I'm going to go through some of these fights. I'm going to watch a bit of their fights, but I'm quite confident in the Michael Venom Page. I just think that his movement might be too muchy. Jared Cannonier, let's see what he does great, and let's see what I feel like. I've already told you what I'm leaning towards, and maybe I can, while we're watching this, show you what I mean. So this is obviously ground stuff. Strong. I've noticed that Michael Venom Page takedown defense is pretty incredible too. It's quite crafty with his takedown defense. He knows what he's doing. Remember, Jared Cannonier used to be a heavyweight. So he's freakish. Here we go. Heavyweight. Boom. Boom. Notice how he did go deep there. He didn't just throw a 1-2. He stepped deep. Michael Venom Page, very long. I'm going to show you. Let's go back to this. There you go. Boom. Steps over. Bang. Traveled a lot of distance there. A lot of distance there. You want to catch Michael Venom Page? You need to do that. And some. Just people with good range, you need to do that. Like just pretty good range, good kickboxing range. Michael Venom Page is even outside of that. So even that combo itself, even though he stepped over, I still can't see that landing. See how there was nothing really before that? Let me see. Let me see what was before that. I'm going to go back here. Let's see what was before that. Let's see the setup. He's already a little bit on the back foot. So he was already traveling back and then really come back. So he's sort of ready to go back here and then went back and still got caught. You do that to Michael Venom Page while he's on the back foot, he's too far. He's too far. Even with that stepping through and traveling a couple of meters to throw that extra bomb, he's too far. If you've got Michael Venom Page on his way in, then you choose to go, and then he tries to get himself back out. All right, now you've got a chance because now you've brought him into this range. Now, he's that half a second or half a step behind now while he's trying to get himself. And even then, it's still going to be hard with someone like Michael Venom Page because he is good even with his head movement while he's caught in a position. He's still good with his head movement there. It's going to be hard. But what Jared Cannonier did there was great. Realised them punches were pulling short. Stepped over. Bang. Perfect. And that's what I mean. Jared Cannonier is a clever fighter. He's still a great fighter. He loves his leg kicks and he does a lot of great things like that. I just can't see a lot of that stuff landing on Michael Venom Page. Michael Venom Page is always a lot further out. He's always hopping in and out, and then he's very good at choosing when he wants to come in. So for you to try and bait him coming in and then trying to get him, as I told you, while he's in and then try and travel a lot of distance. No, he's going to try and pull out, but it's already too late now. I can land on him. Trying to even get that going is going to be hard work. Maybe counting Michael Venom Page on the way in is going to be your best bet of actually landing something on him, because he's at least in range to be hit. But Michael Venom Page, incredible with his timing, broken rhythm. He's not just fast. He is like all this movement and turning, and then you're trying to find him. As you're trying to find him and you're trying to gallop your way in or step your way in, as you're doing these big steps on your way in to find him, he's just splitting that time, and you're like one step going in, he's just getting you. Before you even base to even throw a punch, he's already landed. He's used you trying to close that distance. While you're trying to close that distance, he's just used that against you. So they're the problems that Jared Cannonier is going to have. If he grabs a hold of, he's strong, heavyweight, used to be heavyweight, he's strong. Can he hold Michael Venom Page? Maybe, but that range, again, you got to get there to him. You got to hope that when he fires, make sure you don't get hit and grab him while he's in. There's a good time for you to clinch up. Other than that, you're going to find it very, very hard to grab a hold of him. Very, very hard. Let's go and watch a bit of Michael Venom Page, and I'll show you this movement that I'm talking about and the timing. See, even then, right, that was a good example. Old mate tried to run in there. Now remember, Michael Venom Page, you can imagine right here before this clip I show you, he would be moving this way, this extra long range that I'm talking about. Watch what this guy tries to do. He tries to run in and then throw the kick. This whole time he's been trying to chase him and just couldn't, like, your single bridge 1-2s, or you're just trying to throw, you're nowhere near him. Every time he's trying to close a distance, he's 2 meters away. He's just always out of range. Oh, I'm going to try and catch him. Watch what he tries to do when he tries to catch him. All of a sudden, he's expecting to bring himself in. Michael Venom Page already got a read on it. Bang. Just closes different. Uses him thinking that he needs to gallop his way in or run his way into a position where he can finally throw his punch. He split the time and then he's just closed that distance like that. And too quick. Watch what happens. Straight away. Boom. Runs him straight into it. That's the stuff I'm talking about. He's so good at that. He's so far away. You're trying to at least find him or get yourself in a position where you can be effective. While you're trying to get there, which you find hard anyway, and he's picking you off while that's happening, you start to get aggressive and he just runs you into big shots. Or if you do great setups and all that, he's still got a good eye where he'll just shift off and he's still doing movement. He's not just staying long. He's going this way, going back that way. He's using his lateral movement as well as moving back, bringing in his lateral as he's coming in. So he's getting his head off center as he's going lateral movement while he's running you straight into punches. He's doing so much great work on the outside. It's just a tricky one. It's going to be a tricky one for Jared Cannonier. Jared Cannonier is going to be much bigger, stronger. I don't even need to show you much more than that. I'll go a little bit further. And just watch the footwork. You're going to see the footwork the whole time. He's just going to bring him in the whole time. I guarantee you that's how all his KOs are. Could be wrong. Yeah, too far. Boom, oh, no, didn't do it there. Oh, the clinch work. That was, he made that look easy. All right, that wasn't, still sort of drew him in, but I mean, it didn't even look like that was effortless. I think he was all over him with the timing in that one. Oh, let's go back here. Let's see here. And he's going to throw awkward stuff. And even when he comes forward, right, as I said, you're going to doing all this crazy stuff. So you're thinking, oh, see when he come in aggressively like that? You're like, oh, he come in aggressively, that's where he can get caught. I guarantee you the reason why he went in aggressively like that is because watch the old mate's positioning. Watch what he's doing. Look at the reactions Michael Venom Page is getting when he chooses to commit and rush in. He is shelling up. He's turning himself. He's way out of position where he can't even fire. This is Michael Venom Page's eye. He's seeing that miles away. And now I'm going to use that. Look here. Look at that. Oh, boom. You think that old mate could throw punches there and look for a counter there? He's out of position. He's doing this sort of stuff. All right. Michael Venom Page, now I'm going to make you pay. Now I can be aggressive. Now I can put myself in a position where I am going to close the distance, but I know you ain't in a position where you can hurt me. Or it's going to be very hard too. So he's very switched on. He's got incredible movement, great eye, great timing. Even at this age, that timing should slow down. Maybe it has a little bit, but I feel like his movement's still well enough where no one's really capitalized on that. I mean, he hasn't won every fight in the UFC, I know that, but he still looks incredible. I already gave you, you could see the whole way I was talking about that, why I find it's going to be hard for Jared Cannonier to find Michael Venom Page. This is what I'm seeing. Jared Cannonier, again, experience. I said this in the Tim Elliott fight and Kai Asakura, whatever. Asakura, sorry. You could see Tim Elliott when I was, when I was explaining Tim's got experience. Maybe he's going to change things a little bit. He's got a lot more of awareness. He's got a better understanding. So if he needs to make changes, he can make changes on the night. He can make changes from his last fight to his next fight. Jared Cannonier is smart. They've got a smart team. He could know that Michael Venom Page is very long. Maybe they're finding habits. I'm telling you about the split time, and maybe there's, can I get him here? Can I get him there? Maybe. It's just, from what I've seen, 3 rounds, I don't think so. I think he might eventually grab a hold of him. Will he catch him? I don't know. Can he find the legs here and there? Maybe. I just can't. Michael Venom Page, I think I'm usually choosing him most times. Even when they're tough fights, I just think that, I just know he's going to give. If he's a massive underdog against anyone, I'm still always going to, even though I know the other guy's incredible, he's always going to be maybe a pick for me just because of his movement. And he's very unpredictable and very unorthodox. And I know he can give anyone problems. So that's why I'm always more leaning toward Michael Venom Page, just because I know that gives problems. Doesn't mean a Jared Cannonier can't figure it out. He can figure it out. He sure can. But I just think he's going to have trouble with it. As I told you, even a couple of the great things that he did in a couple of those highlights isn't going to be enough for Michael Venom Page unless you disrupt something first and then you add on a long combo on that. Or you know what I mean? And there needs to be a few layers to it. Your one-off layered combos, your one-off, I'm going to throw a 4-piece combo. No. If you somehow bait him into something, then go, you know what I mean? And you manipulate the situation a little bit, maybe you're in a position to do some damage. But then, yeah, you need to be ready to manipulate it. And then while you've manipulated this position, you need to still be in a position where you can at least fire. You can't be out of position. Oh no, there was an opportunity there, but now I can't fire because I'm leaning back too much, or my feet aren't under me. So like I said, you can see why. This ain't easy things to do. Can be done. It ain't easy. So I'm going to have to go with Michael Venom Page for the win here. I think a decision win. I think Jared Cannonier is too tough to get the finish. I think it's going to be a 3-round decision win for Michael Venom Page. It'll be fun. Like I said, I love watching Michael Venom Page. I love seeing that movement and, all the little problems he gives people. So that's going to be an interesting one. Another good fight for UFC 319. What's up, guys? Volk here. Hey, if you're liking what you're seeing, make sure you like, subscribe, click on the bell to keep yourself notified. I appreciate every single one of you.